you dry. Do you know I'm looking, and I can't help but smile? Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song on, I put my feet up, and we just sing along.
Welcome to today's video. This is our Sunday meal prep video. On the menu for today we are doing turkey taco chili, which I found the recipe online. I am going to modify it really to make it lower in points, and we wanted to add a little bit more items to it than what the recipe called for. It's pretty simple in the crock pot. That one should be easy. Along with that, I'm also going to make the corn muffins, and then our other meal is going to be taco bowls. I will do turkey taco bowls for myself, and my husband will have ground beef taco bowls. And then I also have some little pumpkin wontons that I'm going to make that are Weight Watcher friendly. They are about 2 points for each one of those, and so I'm looking forward to trying that. I know it's fall, everybody's using all the pumpkin. It was even hard for us to find more pumpkin at the store. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. So here are the fruits and veggies that we have to prep today. It is my typical pineapple, cantaloupe, and blueberries for my fruit. I have a tomato for my sandwiches for lunch, and my 3 bell peppers. So I'm going to start getting these washed up as normal in the vinegar and water, which I've showed in previous videos. There's my cat Luna. And my husband, he is my sous chef, and so he does all of the chopping for me, which is very helpful. Okay, so I have washed my peppers and my tomato, and they are just sitting over here drying, and I have my blueberries soaking in my salad spinner. I'll let those soak for about 10 minutes, and then I'll rinse them 2 or 3 times. And I have the white distilled vinegar, of course, in there to clean them, but they do not taste like vinegar. I promise you, your fruit will taste fresher and stay fresher longer if you wash it in the cold water and vinegar. And hey guys, I wanted to show y'all this new apron that I got. I ordered it from Amanda Seipert, which I'm sure that most of y'all follow her on YouTube and Instagram, but I will link her YouTube channel and her Etsy shop below. She just started making these. I think this is so cute and perfect. I've been looking for a cute apron to wear and couldn't find anything that I really liked online, and she said the same thing, so she created some. So she has an Etsy shop, so check out her links. I will put those in the description box below. But I love it. Thanks, Amanda. Okay guys, I am ready to fill up my fruit containers for the week. I have my blueberries here that I have washed, and my cantaloupe and pineapple that Charlie has diced up for me. So I'm just going to get my 7 containers filled, and then we'll fill my yogurt containers as well. So I'm just going to kind of speed through this and show you what I get at the end, which if you've watched my previous food prep videos, you know I do the same thing every week. Although I will say, this week, the cantaloupe, it seems a little, you know, not ripe. It's kind of hard, so we'll see. The pineapple seems good, and the blueberries still seem really good. So as the seasons change, I may have to pick different fruits, but these are my favorites. And honestly, the yogurt kind of helps cover up the taste if the fruit isn't as ripe as what it needs to be. So anyway, I'm gonna speed through this and get these filled.
Keep thinking that I could have done something, but now I'm left with an empty heart. No making amends, no waking up beside you and holding you till we forget it all. How could I know there was no second chances? Like dominoes, my life got really scattered. You couldn't keep the door shut, and now the frostbite's creeping in. Stone cold since you left me here, so come home. Why won't you reappear? Things that I said came out totally wrong. Can't speak of the truth when it's tainted. I fell into a big black hole. It got me stone cold.
Alright, here is my 7 containers of fruit and 7 containers of yogurt. I'm going to throw those in the refrigerator, and they will be ready to just grab and go this week to put with my lunch. Again, if you're new here, my lunch, I usually always have a turkey sandwich. I use the Arnold's Thins sandwich rolls. Those are 4 points. boar's head turkey is 0. Then I put lettuce, tomato, and mustard on there, which all of that is 0, of course. And then the fruit and the yogurt is 0. So it makes a 4-point lunch, a very filling 4-point lunch. All right, I am ready to dice up my bell peppers that I use in my scrambled eggs and for my pizzas and anything else that I might want to throw some peppers into for the week. So I'm going to run these through the dicer real quick, and then I will show those to you and how I store them. Okay, peppers are all diced. I have put them in this Rubbermaid container and put some paper towels underneath them just to help soak up the moisture as they sit in the refrigerator all week. If you didn't have something in there, then they would be kind of nasty and slimy maybe, but this keeps them a little fresher. It does soak up the moisture, just kind of like the little pads that the produce departments at the grocery stores put, you know, underneath stuff, which you can already buy these diced up, which that's what I used to do, is buy a little container of them diced up. But then as I started using more peppers in my eggs and stuff, it was just became more cost effective for me to buy them and dice them myself. Plus, I'm a little pickier. I make sure there's no seeds or no funky parts, and you know, sometimes you don't get that at the stuff that's already prepared at the grocery store. So I definitely recommend that little chopper. In fact, I'm working on making a list of favorites so that I can put together a favorites video, and that is definitely going to be one of the items that I show in that video because it's just so handy. Okay, I'm getting ready to start on this crock pot turkey chili. This is the actual recipe that I found. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Let me see if I can hold it up. Maybe it'll focus on it. And I am not going to add the onion. And then I changed out to the 2 cans of chili beans that we already had here. So what you need is 1 pound of ground turkey breast, 1 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes. I did 1 can of chili hot beans and 1 can of mild, which, like I said, we already had these in the cabinet. I think they've been in there since last year, so they definitely needed to be used up. They did add additional points to my chili that, you know, the whole recipe comes out to be 4 points per serving, which isn't bad, but I am going to eat my corn muffins with it, and those end up to be 2 to 3 points for each muffin. So we'll see. That just might have to be a high point night. And then the 2 cans of rotel as well. So again, I put that into the app, and all of these items come out to 4 points. I don't know if that will focus, if you can see that or not. Probably not. So again, I'm going to brown this ground turkey. I actually have this Ninja crock pot, which has a skillet function on it. So I'm just going to brown the ground turkey and start adding the seasonings right into the pot. And then once I get that ready, I will flip it over to the crock pot function and get this set and let it cook all day. Okay, quick update. I have decided to not use the mild chili beans because that adds a lot of extra points, and I'm just going to use 1 can of black beans and 1 can of chili beans. I think that it will be fine. That brings my recipe down from 4 points to 2 smart points. I just don't want to spend that much on the chili because I do want to enjoy my corn muffins. So there's always ways to modify the recipes and kind of make it to your likings. If you want to add more points, you can. If you want to use ground beef, you can. But I've got my ground turkey in here. It's just now starting to warm up, and I'm going to get that browned and get all of these cans opened and get ready to dump in there once it is done. Okay guys, I hope that you can see inside the crock pot. So I have the ground turkey. It is done. It's actually almost getting too brown at the moment. I got distracted getting everything together. So now I'm going to go ahead and add in my crushed tomatoes. The only other thing that I've added in so far is I did salt and pepper the turkey as it was browning. And I'm going to go ahead and add in the chili hot beans that I have. And then I have 1 can of original rotel. I'm going to put that in. And I have 1 can of fire roasted rotel. I'm going to put that in as well. And then I have drained and rinsed my can of black beans. So I'm going to just add those in. And then the last thing that I have to add are the seasonings. So it calls for 3 tablespoons of chili powder. Which I have just a little bit of chili powder left in that old container. But I do have a new one here. So I'm just going to do like 3 heaping tablespoons because I think I have a little bit more ingredients in here than her recipe initially called for, but I know I also have the spicy rotel and stuff. And then it calls for 1 tablespoon of ground cumin. So I'm going to put that in. And I'm just going to stir this up good and let it simmer for the rest of the day and see how this turns out. Okay, that looks good. I've got it on. I just put it on high for 4 hours, and then we will check it and see if it needs any more time. But I'm gonna let that sit, and we'll come back to that in a little while and stir it and check on it. I'm getting ready to start on the taco bowls for us. For my husband, I'm gonna be using ground beef for his, and for me, I'm gonna use the lean ground turkey breast. I'm gonna actually do half a packet of original Taco Bell seasoning in each of our skillets, and then do half a pack of the hot and spicy. And then I'm also going to split this Frontera taco skillet sauce packet between the two. This really makes the tacos taste delicious. It's a game changer for sure. I love the Frontera sauces. And then you'll also need salt and pepper, just as you like. And then maybe I'll add some chili powder and some cumin. I usually do that. And that's all that you need to put together the meat for the taco bowls. And then I have 2 cans of black beans. I'm going to drain and rinse those. And I have 2 cans of corn. I'm basically going to drain and rinse that as well. And I'm not going to cook that. I will literally just put that in the bowls with the meat, and then we will just warm it up whenever we are ready to eat it. Okay, I am going to get the ground turkey and the ground beef and the skillets and kind of get those going, and then I will set y'all down and turn you around to the food to where you can see exactly the stuff that I'm adding into it. So first of all, I'm going to spray each skillet just with some of this nonstick spray. And then I'm going to go ahead and add in my ground turkey. And I'll add in the ground beef too. So just so that I can measure my seasonings accurately, I'm going to go ahead, since I'm splitting this between my husband and myself, this is a 28 gram packet. I'm going to measure 14 grams out in this thing for myself. And then I will just know to put the rest into his mixture. And that will just help me track it. There we go, that's 13 grams, that's enough. And then same thing for the hot and spicy one. It's 28 grams, so I'm going to tear that out, and I'm going to try to add 14 grams of this. And I just like to measure everything in grams. It just makes it easy. Or some things in ounces, but usually I use grams. Okay, there, perfect. 14 grams of that. So my seasonings will be ready, and then I'm going to do the same thing with the Frontera sauce. I will measure that out as well. But I have added salt and pepper to the ground turkey, but I haven't added anything yet to the ground beef. So I'm going to get the beef drained once it's done and get everything seasoned up, and then we'll add in the Frontera sauce. Okay, I have the meat browned and salted and got pepper on there, and then I'm going to go ahead and add in the taco seasoning. This is the half pack of the hot and spicy for my husband's, and then the half pack of the original Taco Bell for his. And then I have all of my seasonings already measured out in this little cup together. And I'm just going to kind of stir that around in each of them. I about cooked my turkey too long. It's looking pretty dry, so it definitely needs this taco skillet sauce from Frontera on it. I'm going to go ahead and add that in, just because that seems pretty dry. And I just split this package. It was an 8-ounce package, so this is almost 4 ounces, 3.95. I stopped there. I was afraid I would go over. And I will calculate what the points are in the WW app and let y'all know. And this will make 3 servings for me and 3 servings for him. He just prefers the ground beef over the ground turkey. Otherwise, I would just do 2 packs of ground turkey and make 6 servings. But one thing I've noticed since I've been doing WW, and I've really kind of cut out eating the beef and stuff, whenever I do, It's like my body gets inflamed. Does that happen to any of y'all? I don't know. It's just like my body just doesn't handle beef that well anymore. It's kind of weird. I never had that problem before. I never knew I had that problem before, but now it seems that I'm very sensitive to beef. Sometimes on my cheat night, on Saturday nights, I want to go get a good cheeseburger somewhere, but I know that I will be kind of inflamed and the weight will go up on the scale for sure. Okay, so actually both of these taste really good the way they are. I did not add any extra chili powder or ground cumin. I will show those to you. So this is the finished turkey and then the ground beef. I have turned the heat off on it and will let this cool a little bit. I'm going to get the beans and the corn ready. I'm going to drain those, rinse them well, and then I will show you how I plate them up. Okay guys, I have the ground turkey taco meat ready. I have the ground beef meat ready, and I have drained and rinsed the black beans and the corn and measured those out. So for each of us, we'll get 85 grams of corn, and then we'll get about 76 grams of black beans in each bowl. I know there's 0 points on the WW plan, but I do just try to divide those equally between each of us. So this will be 3 meals for my husband and 3 meals for myself.
Feels, almost don't remember how it feels when you lay down in an open field, when you saw my dreams are turning real, so unreal. Do you like it better when the ocean's warm? Do you like it better when you see the sun? Do you like it better when the sky is blue? I know I do. In a summer state of mind, we'd be wasted all the time. In a summer state of mind, in a summer state of mind. Hands, put them in the sky, yeah, raise your hands. We ain't got no worries, only plans to make everybody dance, 'cause we can.
Okay, that's what one of my turkey bowls looks like. That is 85 grams of corn, 76 grams of beans, and 145 grams of the turkey mixture. I didn't pre-weigh the meat, so I just kind of divided it until I got it evenly amongst the bowls so that they would be equal. So I have that together, and I'm going to finish my other 2, and then I'll put my husband's together and show them to you at the end. Okay guys, I have all of the taco bowls ready. They look and smell delicious. For mine, they turned out to be 2 points for the one with the turkey meat in it. I divided the turkey equally, the corn equally between the 6 of the bowls, and then the beans as well. Of course, the corn and the beans is 0, but whenever I calculated the points for the sauce and the seasonings that I added to the taco meat, that makes it 2 points on the blue plan. So these look delicious. Can't wait to try them. I will put these on a bed of green leaf lettuce and then add some salsa to it, some Chobani non-fat Greek yogurt. I use that instead of sour cream, and then also a little bit of guacamole as well. So it will be delicious, very filling. Here is an update on the turkey chili. It is looking really good. I actually turned it down to low. It's been on for, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours now. I really think that it's almost done, but I'm gonna just let it sit on low for another hour or so, and then I think that it'll be ready to plate up. But it looks delicious. I have not tried it yet. I'll do a little test taste to see, make sure I don't need any more seasonings. Hey guys, so I am halfway through with my meal prep for the day. Only thing I have left to do is the baking, and we're gonna get into it and gonna make some pumpkin wontons, which these taste like mini pumpkin pies. So it's very exciting that it is fall season for me. I love it. It is my favorite, and I'm excited to show y'all this recipe. I originally got this recipe from Amanda Seipert last year, and I made these several times. I actually took them, you know, for family gatherings because I had just started Weight Watchers in September of last year and was trying to be really good around the holidays, but I still wanted to enjoy myself. So I made these little mini pumpkin pie wontons, and they were great. So I'm going to show y'all how to do those. Let me get everything together and I'll show you what goes in them. Okay, this is what you need for the mini pumpkin pies. You have to have some wonton wrappers. We will use 24 of these to make 12 little mini pies. Some monk fruit sweetener, and then some of the Swerve brown sugar alternative, some pumpkin pie spice, 1 egg, 1 can of the 100% pure pumpkin. Make sure that it is the 100% pure pumpkin. And then we are also going to use 1/4 cup of some unsweetened almond milk. And that is it. It's pretty easy to throw together. I'm going to prep, and you will need a muffin pan. We will put the wontons in the muffin pan. I'll show you how to do that. So first of all, I'm just going to spray my muffin tin with some nonstick spray. And then we will start placing our wrappers in there. And this is probably the thing that takes the longest, is really just placing the wonton wrappers, which we're going to need 24 of them. You're going to take one and place it down in there like that. And then you'll take another one and just kind of turn it the other direction so that it makes a nice little cup, if you can see that. So I'm going to go through and get all of these placed in here, and then we will get the mixture mixed up.
Just another sunny day in Southern California. It's where the people came to play. Don't let them transform you. Come and see what you've been missing on a little slice of heaven. It's the only place we're living. It's that West Coast point of view. Easy when it's always summertime for you and I. Every attitude. Who cares what the people think? It's been turning kinda gray in Southern California, but I'm allergic to the rain. What happened to euphoria?
Okay, so there's all 12 of the little cups, and let me wash my hands and we will put together the filling. Okay, I'm ready to put the filling together. I have 1 egg already in here. I always like to put my egg in first just to make sure I don't get any shells or anything in there. And then I'm going to add the whole can of pumpkin, and then it calls for 1/4 cup of the monk fruit sweetener, which I already have that measured here. I'm going to put that in. And it calls for, she actually calls for 1/4 cup of the Swerve brown sugar, but I'm going to put 1/2 cup in. I like my stuff a little bit sweeter. I remember last year I increased the brown sugar that was called for in the recipe, because the first time I made them I felt like they should be a little bit sweeter, but the actual recipe only calls for 1/4 cup, but I'm going to do 1/2 cup. It's 0 points. And then it calls for 1/4 cup of the unsweetened vanilla almond milk, which I already have that measured here as well. Put that in. And then a teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. And so I have that teaspoon already measured out. And that is it for the filling. I'm going to mix this up well and fill the little cups as evenly as possible. I think a couple of tablespoons or whatever will be what will go in each cup. Okay, here's what the consistency turns out as, which this does end up baking in the oven for a total of 30 minutes. But I'm just going to take and try to, as carefully as possible, put 2 tablespoons into each one of these. And I thought that these were 2 points each, but they actually come out to be 1 point. I had to double check all of my ingredients in the app, and they are 1 point per mini pie. And I like to put the non-dairy coconut Ready Whip on top, and that is also 0 points, I think, for 5 grams of that. So it makes a perfect little treat, especially this time of year.
Don't take it personal, I ain't lying, I ain't hiding, I've been grinding multiplying. I've been trying to get my weight up, staying prayed up, meditating and taking time away. You always posting up pictures, trying to look like you winning. I'm writing rhymes in the kitchen, soaking in moments we live in, yeah. You got the nerve to be on me, faking your life for the IG.
Okay, there you go. That's what they look like. All 12 of them are ready. It says to place in the oven for 20 minutes covered in aluminum foil. So I'm going to cover it in aluminum foil, put it in the oven for 20 minutes. Then you take the aluminum foil off and leave it for an additional 10 minutes. Okay, so I have the pumpkin pie wontons in the oven now. Like I said, they're going to bake for 20 minutes. I'm going to take the aluminum foil off and then let them bake for another 10. Which reminds me I need to set the timer because I forgot to do that. And then we're going to start on the corn muffins and get those ready so they'll be ready to go right in the oven as soon as these are finished. Okay, now I'm getting ready to make the corn muffins. So you're going to need 1.5 cups of self-rising cornmeal. I'm going to use this Martha White cornmeal. And then you'll need basically 1.5 cans of cream style corn. I'm going to use this Green Giant, although I will say that I'm disappointed to use the Green Giant. I personally don't like their canned vegetables. I usually like the Del Monte, but since it's going to be in the muffins, it's okay. But you'll need 21 ounces of that and then 3 egg whites. And I'm just going to use the liquid egg whites. So I'm going to get this mixed up and get these in the muffin tin ready to go in as soon as the pumpkin pie wontons are done. Okay, so in my bowl I have 1.5 cups of the self-rising flour. And I'm going to go ahead and add in 21 ounces of the cream style corn, which that is 13.25. It's about 1.5 cans. And just over time, that's the ratio that I figured out that I like best. There we go, 21 ounces exactly. And then we also need 3 egg whites, which 3 egg whites is 46 grams. So I'm gonna switch this back over to grams and just measure them 46 grams. There we go, perfect, 46. So I'm gonna get this mixed up and get it in the muffin tin and it will be ready to go in the oven. Okay, I'm getting ready to fill the muffin tins with the corn mixture. And I'm just going to use an ice cream scoop to help do that. I don't measure these out perfectly, I just kind of eyeball it. I did double check my app. These are 3 points for each muffin. I think I said 2 earlier. I always forget, I make so many recipes, but they are 3 points for 1, 6 points for 2. So when I have these with the chili will be 2 points per serving. So it'll be an 8-point dinner altogether. That's one reason I didn't want to, you know, have the higher point chili when I was going to use both cans of those chili beans, and realized that if I just substituted some black beans, it would cut it down by 2 points. Instead of 4 points per serving, it made it 2. So I'm glad that I did that, because 6 to 8 points is pretty much about the maximum that I like to eat for my dinners. Because I know I'm going to want dessert. I'm going to have snacks throughout the day. And I usually do not go over my points if I can help it. And I don't really eat my weekly points except for on Saturday. That will be my untracked meal for the most part. On Saturdays I still eat my normal foods. It's really just the one dinner out and maybe a drink or two that I'll have. But I still try not to consume sugar, just because I'm more addicted to that. It seems like if I start eating sugar, I just want more of it and can't get enough of it. So I just need to stay away from the sugar. But these corn muffins are really good. They come out golden delicious, and they're the perfect side. We like them with the taco soup, and I'm sure they'll be perfect with this chili that I'm making today as well. So there we go, those are ready. I'm going to set these to the side, and then I think that the turkey chili is ready to go ahead and plate up, so I'm going to get that set up, and these can't go in the oven until the wontons are done. Alright, I just pulled the pumpkin pie wontons out of the oven. They look perfect. The edges are nice and browned there, so I'm going to let them set and cool, and then I'll pull them out and show y'all what they look like And trust me, these are delicious. It is almost like having the real thing for one point. Okay, so our turkey chili is done. I'm gonna plate it up. I have 6 of these bowls here. I'm gonna just divide it equally. I'm pretty much just gonna start with 1 cup into each one of them, and then, you know, fill it the rest of the way as necessary if there is more than 1 cup per serving. So let's see what we end up with. Okay, I got my 1 cup. I'm gonna start portioning this out. I think they will end up getting a little bit more than 1 cup per serving, but we'll see. And these are kind of heaping cups. Okay guys, here are the completed bowls of chili. We ended up with about 1.5 to 1 3/4 cups as a serving size, so it is plenty. And this is 2 points on the blue plan. I know originally I was going to use 2 cans of chili beans, but those beans had a lot of points in them, so I swapped one out for just some drained and rinsed black beans, and honestly I don't even think you're going to be able to tell the difference. So I'm hoping this turns out good. If it does, it will definitely go into my repeat recipes. It smells delicious. Okay, just pulled the corn muffins out of the oven. They look perfect. I'm going to let them cool, and then I'll plate them up and show y'all what they look like on a pretty plate, hopefully. Now I have to go outside and help my husband. He's trying to close the pool. He needs me to help him with the tarp, so look. So I'll be back. I've got my wonton still cooling, and I've got my chili cooling. I don't like to put the lid on it yet. So this is just going to sit here for a few minutes, and then we will wrap it up. Okay guys, here's the pumpkin pie wontons. They turned out perfect. I don't know if you could see that. They are perfect little cups. You can hold them. They're bite size. They are 1 point each on the blue plan. I love these. They are a great little treat. It's almost like having pumpkin pie if you are a pumpkin pie lover like I am. I also like to use either this non-dairy coconut milk Ready Whip or the fat-free Ready Whip. Either one of those will be delicious. Just put you a little swirl of that on top and you have a perfect treat. So I will have 1 or 2 of these each night for my dessert this week. I might take a few of them to work to let the girls there try them just to see, and then I may end up having to make some of my chocolate peanut butter cookies later in the week, but we'll see how it turns out. But they look delicious. Can't wait. Here are the corn muffins. They finally cooled. I got them off and have them plated up. I'm going to let them cool a little bit more, and then I will store them in a container in the refrigerator. They look delicious. Perfect. Hey guys, I just wanted to go ahead and film my outro video real quick before I go outside and get all sweaty helping him with that tarp. Thank you for watching the video today. If you liked it, please click the like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I'm really trying to grow this channel. I really hope that I can give y'all some good tips. I love watching all of y'all's videos as well, and have learned so much from the YouTube and my Instagram family. If you don't already, please follow me on Instagram. It's lovingtolose_ww_jen. I will have that down in the description box as well. And I will also have the recipes and all of the smart points in the description box for you also. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time.
Don't take it personal, but I ain't lying. I ain't hiding, I've been grinding, multiplying. I've been trying to get